Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
You make of that?
Anthony by murder.
By murder?
Yes.
Golly.
Might knock his head off a little bit. Like, it might be special effect, but it might like go out.
Like legit?
Boxing legends are giving their predictions for Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, and Usyk is blunt. Having fought Joshua twice, he says the fight won't go past 1 round. Usyk believes the event is driven by money, not true competition, and that Joshua needs only a single clean moment to reveal the massive gap in power. For him, this isn't a real matchup. Jake is stepping into a level far beyond anything he has faced.
Some people complaining about AJ taking that fight. Obviously, it's a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Do you see something wrong with AJ taking that fight?
This is just a lot of money, it's just a show.
Right.
This is not interesting sport because, guys, brothers, Anthony is Olympic champion.
Right.
Jake, it's just sportsman. Yeah, YouTuber. Jake do a lot of work.
Right.
Special coach, special food, a lot of exercise new.
Yes.
But this is guy don't have a mother fights.
Right.
Never
Right.
a mother fights. Maybe them wrestling now professional, but Anthony Joshua, it's Olympic champion.
So how long does that fight last?
Listen, my opinion, it's 1 round because Anthony twice, my fight twice, jab.
Very hard.
Yeah, look. You know, this is
And still from his fight.
this jab.
Tyson Fury takes a completely different angle, delivering one of the boldest predictions of the entire matchup. He claims Jake Paul will knock out Anthony Joshua, an opinion that shocks many because it goes against nearly every expert. Fury argues that Jake is physically growing, lifting heavier, and developing into a sturdier, more capable fighter. He believes Jake's momentum and confidence can sometimes outweigh experience. Known for surprising statements, Fury insists this one is serious. Jake is no longer just an internet star, but someone fully committed to hard training. His prediction remains highly controversial, but coming from a man who understands heavyweight boxing better than most, it adds a new and unexpected layer to the conversation.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight look. Bit chubby, bit bulky.
Teddy Atlas approaches the matchup with a strategist's eye rather than excitement or fan-driven hype. He fully recognizes the massive strength and experience Anthony Joshua brings, but he also stresses that Jake Paul is not entering the ring without real advantages. Atlas points out that youth is one of Jake's strongest assets. Young fighters recover faster, take risks more confidently, and move with a sense of freedom older fighters often lose. He also notes that Jake's footwork has improved dramatically, giving him the ability to create angles and movement patterns that could disrupt Joshua if he underestimates them. Atlas explains that every fight has two sides. Joshua has size, technique, and championship pedigree, but Jake carries tools that must be acknowledged. Digging deeper, Atlas highlights Jake's mindset. Being early in his career means he fights with hunger and without the psychological scars longtime professionals accumulate. Joshua performs best when he controls distance. Yet Jake's quicker feet and willingness to jump into exchanges could create brief openings. They may be small, but they're real. And for Atlas, those openings alone mean Jake cannot be completely dismissed. His message isn't that Jake will win, only that he brings enough advantages to make this fight more complicated than many expect.
While we look at all the advantages that Joshua has, let's look at how I look at where maybe Paul has some advantages. He's younger. His feet are a little faster. I know he's not at that level of a fighter. I get it. But his feet are faster. Joshua's feet are not that fast, closing gaps, getting to somebody. To hit him, even if you're better than him, you still got to get to him to hit him. Also, Joshua, last time he fought was over a year. He hasn't fought. He was basically retired. Where's his mind at? He got knocked out terribly by Dubois. Where's his confidence? Where's his mindset? Where is he? Is he taking this fight the way that fans are, overlooking Paul, taking him for granted? Yeah, probably is. Might be. Does that weigh in? Yeah, that weighs in. People don't look at those parts of it. And the weight. Paul's smart. He always puts clauses in there. I know this is the first time he's fighting a guy who's bigger than him and all that stuff, but he put in a 245-pound weight, clause where he can't come in over 245. What is Joshua weighing? He was off over a year. He was basically retired. Was he 280? Was he 290? Was he 275? Easily could be the case. He didn't have a lot of time now to get to 245. How does that affect him? Oh, we forgot about that. It's a little thing, but it's not that little. It's a thing that Paul put there for a reason. Again, Paul hasn't made too many mistakes. He's been pretty damn smart. I'm not saying he's the fighter that Joshua is, but I don't know if Joshua's the fighter that Joshua was.
Lamont Roach speaks with clear respect for the sport and real concern about what could happen if Anthony Joshua fights Jake Paul with full intent. He says this is not a balanced matchup because Joshua's natural strength and technical background create a level of danger Jake has never faced. According to Roach, Joshua doesn't even need explosive combinations. One committed punch could change everything instantly. The size gap, experience gap, and true heavyweight power make this a situation Roach believes Jake cannot absorb safely, placing him in genuine danger.
Excuse me. My first thoughts was this guy's crazy. Not gonna lie. But I get it. Coming from a guy who's not a true traditional boxer, and to be able to have a position where he can fight a former unified world champion, former Olympic gold medalist, and to do it on such a stage where Anthony Joshua was a superstar as well. I mean, like, he sold out the O2, twice.
Absolutely.
I think. So, I think Jake is setting himself up for, a huge spectacle, and which is, kind of smart. If you're going to go big, why not go to the highest of the mountain? Why not? And I get it. That's what you call business right there. And I seen a lot of guys calling them out, from like Gabe to, other guys who are
Berlanga.
Boxers. Yeah, like guys who actually beat them, but why would he settle for those guys when he could fight Anthony Joshua? So I think that's, smart. I think that's super smart.
Smart is one thing. What do you think happens in the ring, though, champ?
I think he gets hurt for sure. I think he gets obliterated. Something close to like Francis Ngannou. I think something like that happens, and it's going to be bad for him. But there will be a lot of viewers.
Andrew Tate keeps his reactions simple and direct. He says Jake Paul has stepped into a massive moment and deserves respect for it. Tate admires the risk Jake is taking, noting that most people would never step into the ring with someone as powerful and seasoned as Anthony Joshua. For Tate, the outcome matters less than Jake's ambition and courage. Challenging himself at this level, influencer or not, is something Tate believes already earns Jake genuine admiration.